Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. It is 12:02, the day before my mom's birthday. So, happy early birthday to my mom, even though that's going to happen tomorrow. But glad to have you with us. It is Midnight Run. We're here with you every single weeknight here on the Inside Edge Network and on our socials at Inside Edge Net across all of our social media platforms, including Twitch and Reddit. We're on there. And then you can also go to our website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. We are so happy to have you with us. We're going to talk Cavs, but perhaps for a good reason. And I'll tell you why my mood kind of changed with the Cavs coming up in about a few minutes. So you got to stay tuned for that. We got a major programming announcement later on this hour for the Inside Edge Network and Midnight Conversations, our third installment of Midnight Conversations. We had a few breaking news items to point out to you. If you're a wrestling fan, El Grande Americano was arrested right before we came on the air. So more on that in the coming days. Number two, the Cleveland Guardians. They have won 5 straight games. Give it up for the Cleveland Guardians. 5 straight games. I believe 8 of 9 with the Guardians. And I would give you in-depth analysis about how they did it. That's my job. But in the last 5 games, actually the last week or so, I haven't watched a single second of the Guardians. I'm not striking or anything like that. Obviously, with the Cavaliers playing right now, that's where most of the focus has been. But I still consider myself to be a good fan of the Cleveland Guardians because I paid them $20 for the Guardians TV package. So I didn't cancel my subscription or anything like that. The Guardians have been putting in work. I just want to give them a shout out and acknowledgement. I did not realize the Detroit Tigers are having a pitiful season. That part is shocking to me. They have lost, I believe, 5 straight. The Tigers, they've dropped 13 of their last 15. Just not good. So once again, look, what are you going to do, right? Your job is to win games and, do the work that's needed. Zach Meisel of The Athletic had a great article that I sent to our team this morning about really where the Guardians stand after 50 games. and they're in a great spot right now. And perhaps, don't look now. Offensively, they look pretty good. Offensively, not a bad look for the Cleveland Guardians. So I know most of the attention is with the Cavs, and it should be just because, again, they're in the Final Four of the NBA playoffs. So I know it'll be one thing if you're talking about the 2-12 Cleveland Browns over a Guardians playoff contending team. So that's not the case here, but just wanted to put out a feeler that the Guardians have done very, very well. Very, very well. Matter of fact, let me bring in Eli. Eli Moon, our ace, golden child, award-winning artist, soon to win more awards.
Appreciate it.
Tell me a little bit about this Guardians team. Talk to me. Educate me. What am I missing from this high-quality Cleveland Guardians team right now that's been winning games? Right now, they're 3 games up in the AL Central. We're getting close to the time, by the way. We usually say, Memorial Day is usually a good time where you can start to somewhat look at the standings. We're getting close. And the Cleveland Guardians, winners of the last 5, winners of 8 of their last 10.
Yeah, it's been incredible, right? AA, and we're getting warmer weather in Cleveland, so that's a great start. That means it's, they used to say tribe fever. I don't think we're allowed to say that anymore. But now we're getting Guardian fever, right? And it's very exciting. We have Travis Bazzana, who was called up about a month ago now, and for those that aren't familiar with him, former number 1 overall pick. A guy that, we talked about in our preview show here on the Inside Edge Network for the MLB season and the Guardians, that you're not going to see too many moves out of this Guardians team, but what you will see is Travis Bazzana getting called up at some point and making an impact. And sure, it took a little bit, in terms of pop off the bat, but he was drawing a lot of walks, and now the pop is there. He had another home run, I believe, last night. He is absolutely mashing the ball, and it's something the Guardians have truly lacked. You think about it, they traded for Patrick Bailey at catcher, and the big thing about Patrick Bailey is he's a Gold Glove catcher. Okay, they were worried about Bo Naylor, the Guardians that being. We're worried about Bo Naylor, and can he be an everyday catcher, at least defensively? I mean, offensively, he's not really holding up. Can he just do something well enough to warrant everyday play? And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case. Bo Naylor experiment seems to be over with at this point. And Austin Hedges, 10 years of service time, he celebrated this year, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be an everyday catcher. So they went out and got Patrick Bailey. I don't think he's been super, super impressive for the Guardians, but they're hoping to make a change. And I guess that's, first off, something we can appreciate about the Guardians. We get on the front office so much, but they went out and actually gave up a first-round pick and Matt Tugboat Wilkinson, who is a guy who I think could really make an impact in the major leagues when he gets the call up. He'll be doing that now for another team, right? So I think it was a big swing by the Guardians. Will it be a swing and a miss or will a swing and connect? We'll find out. But they at least did that. And that alone, I think, sparked a lot of fans to be like, okay, they realize, this is, with a lockout impending, they might be able to actually make some noise and they want to go win it this year. They're top of the Central, and you look at some of these bats. I mean, Jose's going to be Jose Ramirez. But some of these other bats that are coming around, Daniel Schneemann, AA. We remember the captain's days with Daniel Schneemann. Mm-hmm. And now here he is, a major league pro, and absolutely coming in clutch in the leadoff spot. He can bat 6, he can bat wherever. And our Angel Martinez, I think that's been real cool too. Angel Martinez has been really stepping up. It's been guys stepping up, right? And that's been the name of the Guardians baseball for really, since we've been doing a show together for over a decade. But I think this is different because they have guys that are contributing. They're not just relying on Jose. Bazzana's bringing the bat. Rhys Hoskins is getting involved. Manzardo starting to find a little bit more swing. I know we were all high on Chase DeLauter. I think we should still be high on Chase DeLauter because I think he's got a very promising rest of the season and a career here in Cleveland. So a lot there, AA. And then the pitching, right? The pitching has just been pretty good for the most part. Tanner Bybee, can we get that guy some more run support? If we can get him some more run support, probably has a few more wins under his belt this year already as a starter. But Parker Messick's been a great surprise. I think he'll be in the Rookie of the Year discussion.
He should
some
be.
of these other guys. So.
He's been impressive since the start of the season. And you brought up Angel Martinez. He had a tie-breaking triple in the 10th inning tonight, beating the Guardians. Or they didn't beat the Guardians. The Guardians won 3-2. Yes. Don't beat yourselves, kids.
Don't do a Cavs. Don't do a Cavs.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. 3-2 in the 10th inning over the Detroit Tigers.
Mhm.
And listen, I mean, what these guys are doing is fantastic. I don't know. Admittedly, I haven't watched enough White Sox baseball. I don't know how much they're going to be able to hold up in their position in the standings, but I think it's almost we're about a few weeks away from pretty much saying the Detroit Tigers are probably not going to contend in the AL Central this year.
Yeah, they're missing Tariq Skubal, who's going to have elbow surgery. It's not Tommy John surgery, but it's elbow surgery, and a guy that was looking for a big payday. That's the reason he left the World Baseball Classic when he did. Scott Boras being his agent is like, dude, we need you to get some money, and now it doesn't seem like it's going to work out, which sucks. I mean, on a personal note, that's unfortunate for Tariq Skubal. But Tigers, yeah, they are just not looking hot. I mean, you just look at some of these guys on the offense, Kerry Carpenter, Riley Green, some of these guys that really were making an impact for Detroit last year, AA, and Spencer Torkelson. Some of these guys, they just aren't making the same impact. And Chicago, and I know we got some other stuff to cover, so I'll be quick with this. But Chicago, Luis Robert was traded in the offseason, one of their best bats. The fact that they're doing this right now and not 3 years ago when they bought in and they got all those free agents, made those moves, and they fell flat on their face, this is pretty impressive by the White Sox. But I will defer to Chad Bryan, my primetime co-host, and man, he is a riot. But he was very spot on when it comes to the White Sox, right? He doesn't think, and I agree with him, that this is going to hold up. So I think the Guardians' mindset moving forward should not be how we're going to compete with the AL Central. How are we going to compete against the Yankees, the Rays, these other teams that are really stepping up? I mean, hell, even the Athletics. I know they've had some heartbreak in the last couple of days, but the Athletics, even a team that could surprise some teams as we get into these summer months. So I don't think I hear exactly what you're saying. And usually we're focused on the Central, locking up the Central first. I'm going to be honest with you, and I know this is probably an overreaction or, overstatement. I think the Guardians will have the Central locked up by the middle of July. I think it'll be an 8 to 10 game lead. And I think the Guardians are going to then look for the number one seed in the AL. That is what their focus should be on.
Something as we put a bow on the baseball, but this is good though. I almost needed to remind myself what was going on. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is good stuff right here with the Guardian. But this is an interesting development in the American League. Tampa Bay, the New York Yankees, Cleveland Guardians, Chicago White Sox, and the insert city here, Athletics.
Yes.
There's only 5 teams in the American League that is either at 500 or above.
Yeah, it's
15.
It's wild, right?
That's crazy.
Wild. And so you think about it, if the Guardians can just shore up the bullpen, which they've brought some guys up, they've tried to reassure that bullpen, and if they can just keep getting the contributions out of these guys, it could really be a fun summer. We might have to go to a lot more games than we did last year. And another name to keep an eye on, I'll say this as I put the bow on my portion and I'll disappear, but Ralphie Velasquez, right? Ralphie Velasquez just got called up to AAA Columbus. Big bat, number 3 prospect for the Guardians. AA, if they need some more offense or they just want to make sure they can get into a deep October run, don't be surprised if Ralphie Velasquez gets to call this season for the Guardians.
That's amazing. Thank you, Eli. One last point here. That's great analysis there. I mentioned just a moment ago, 5 teams in the American League are either have a winning record or at 500. I know some people don't consider 500 a winning record, whatever. 500 or above, only 5 teams. The National League Central, meanwhile, all 5 teams are over 500. If the Guardians were in the National League Central, they're 29 and 22. They would be tied for first place with Milwaukee. Well, with Milwaukee. We played more games than Milwaukee. But in terms of number of wins, we would be in first place. But, yeah, this is one of those years where you kind of just take full advantage of what's in front of you. And that's honestly, it looks like a weak American League. And we're putting together great baseball. And this may be one of those years, if the Guardians stay on their game, the AL Central is not going to come down to the final wire. Like, you can have that wrapped up, try to go for that number 1 seed. Right now, the Tampa Bay Rays have the best record in the American League. All right, let's shift over to the Cavaliers. Game 1, we've talked about it. It was ugly. It was an ugly finish. I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, even though I've been off this week from the day job, today, there was no way I could watch sports talk radio or sports talk TV, listen to sports talk radio. I couldn't do it. I mean, social media, you're going to see clips, so it is what it is. But I just couldn't do it. It was the pain that I experienced last night that everyone here at the network experienced and you guys experienced, watching at home. Unbearable, horrible, horrific. But then something happened. Eli and I had a phone conversation earlier today, and something weird happened. We started talking ourselves into a Game 2 victory. Wait, what? How? Here's the thing. A few things. Mike Brown kind of gave away the game plan. Do we have that clip? Mike Brown, here we go.
If it does or not, but, you hope telling your guys that it gives you a little bit of a psychological advantage. I'm a bled out of secret. When I was with Golden State, we played Houston in the playoffs. We counted James Harden's dribbles. And we told our guys, hey, he's dribbling close to 1,000 times. He's not doing that anymore because they got Donovan Mitchell. But at the time, we were like, he's dribbling almost 1,000 times a game. And, our high guys, KD at like 300 or right below 300, keep picking them up full court, keep making them dribble because at the end of the series, at the end of games, it's going to wear them down.
I don't know about you guys. That sounds like a head coach that thought he won the NBA title last night. One game. It was one game. I know the ending sucked. There's no escaping the ending to the game. But for the entirety of the first half, the Cavaliers had 11 turnovers. They basically shot themselves in the foot, and they still led at halftime. During quarters 3 and the first part of the fourth quarter, the Cavaliers dominated that game. And if it wasn't for stupid mistakes on our end, we win that game. And if Sam Merrill shot, and despite all the crappy things that happened at the end, if Sam Merrill's shot would have went down and it was this close to going down, we still would have won game 1. So in my mind, if the Cavaliers make the necessary adjustments, and they don't got to do much, just a lot of like self-inflicting rooms as far as, and bad habits, but correct those, you win game 2, who actually would then have the momentum coming into Cleveland for game 3? The way I look at it is this. As ugly as game 1 really was, you got a Knicks team led by Mike Brown who truly believed they won the championship last night. You got to remember, it was a year ago in the Pacers-Knicks Eastern Conference Finals where the Knicks blew a huge lead when they were heavy favorites, and the Indiana Pacers won the first game. Now, I get it. The Pacers, they were on a heater the entire postseason, and they could have won the championship until Tyrese Halliburton got injured in Game 7 of the finals. But the Knicks, in terms of a hurdle that they had to overcome, it was that Game 1. They're looking at what happened last night as they won the whole effing thing. The fact still remains, if you still won in New York City, nothing in terms of outlook from what we wanted going into the series changes. What I mean is, if you still win game 2 and you go into Cleveland on Saturday night with the series tied 1-1, despite the Cavaliers making a ton of mistakes, it will be Cleveland who has the psychological advantage, not New York. So I know things are doom and gloom. I get it. And, I understand it completely. I completely understand all the mistakes, all the frustrations. I'm still pissed at Kenny Atkinson. I don't take back anything I said last night about Kenny Atkinson. I don't take anything back from James Harden and his performance. I don't. But ladies and gentlemen, it's one game in a best of 7. And if you looked at how ugly game 1 really was, and you say to yourself, man, if we would have did this and this, we win game 1, you could very well easily win game 2. And to be perfectly honest, the team that beat Detroit in game 7, who, by the way, is a 1 seed, the team that dominated New York in the first part of the fourth quarter, that's a Cavs team that has a chance to at least compete with OKC and San Antonio. Things can happen. Again, tonight, OKC won against San Antonio, but it's a 1-1 series. I know that's going to a best of 7, or that's going 7 games, but the same thing can happen here. Thank goodness what happened at the end of game 1 happened at the end of game 1 and not at the end of a series. It didn't end your season. There are still a lot more things you can do, and it's about recovery. Now, the opposite could very well happen, and they come out tomorrow night and they just get blown out. That tells me that the mental toughness is flat out not there. And who knows with this Cavs team, that could very well happen too. But if they get their minds right and do what they need to do, they win tomorrow night. Eli, Omar, and Chad are going to have a happy post game tomorrow night. And then I'm going to be happy for Midnight Run. Because if you have an unhappy me on Midnight Run, chances are I'm going to be looking for a new place to stay. When we come back, we got a programming announcement, a big one. Big one. The Inside Edge Network is going to have a new morning show. We'll tell you all about it when we come back from break. Also, Midnight Conversations. We got some news. Speaking of apartments, we got a landlord doing dirty deeds in somebody else's home. But I guess technically it's their home because they own it, but it happened. We'll talk about it coming up on the show. More of Midnight Run right after this.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code INSIDEEDGE10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Hey guys, Kyle here from Unfiltered. What a show. Broke down, obviously, the mess that was the Cavs situation. Some keys to the game for Game 2, Thursday night in New York. Can they right the ship? Also, don't forget, the one, the only, incomparable Jake Underwood stops by right here on Unfiltered at 5:30, talking about news of the day. Maybe we'll ask him about the crash. It's been a big deal. Spent a long time about talking on the show today. All that and more coming up tomorrow on Unfiltered, 5 o'clock, right here on the Inside Edge Network. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick. With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh. I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
Welcome back to the show. Again, remember to like and subscribe at Inside Edge Net across all of our socials. Also, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. InsideEdgeNetwork.com. You can see our schedules. You can see the show bios and stuff. You can get information on our partners. And we have a merch shop for our station. You can rep the Inside Edge Network with great polos. You got glass bottles and stuff and workout shirts, windbreakers. So we got all that for you at InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Use the promo code INSIDER. Again, we get 10 orders. Eli Moon go lose that hair. He go lose that hair live on Unfiltered, our 5 o'clock show with Kyle Cornell. Speaking of Kyle, couple notes on him. Myself and Kyle Cornell re-recorded our Side Hustle Wrestling podcast. That will be out Friday morning here on the Inside Edge Network. Also on Unfiltered later today at 5:30 and every Thursday. Jake Underwood from AM 1420 will be his guest, and they'll go over the current events here locally and nationally. Jake is fantastic, and again, he's on with Kyle every Thursday, including later on today at 5:30 on Unfiltered. One little sidebar real quick, and then we'll get to our programming announcement. You ever go to your closet and, you pick out, your clothes that you're going to wear for the day, and you wear it, and then you realize, holy smokes, this shirt's kind of big now. Let me show you guys something. Look at this, right? Folks, it's been 2 years. I've been putting in work at the gym. I'm losing weight. This is my little mental health. Thank you. This is my little mental health thing. I don't go to the gym to lose weight. I go to the gym for a few reasons. Number one, to get out of the house. I don't want my landlord doing dirty activities. That had nothing to do with it. But for mental health purposes. Plus, when you work from home, you got to find reasons to leave, and aggression, things like that. Work hard, dedication. You get good at it, and it all works out. So I noticed that I'm like, man, I can't wear this shirt anymore after today. But I guess it's a good problem to have. So you keep at it, no matter what you do. You keep at it. You're not gonna get you're not gonna get results tomorrow. But if day one is followed by a day two to day 3, and then that turns into day 30, day 90, day 365, you're on the right track. Okay. Enough about me. Now it's about the network. Over time here on this network, again, we've been on the air 9 months here on the network. When we started, we started with a strong set of shows that have, our network has grown, starting with, Illegal Formation, The Main Event, Jersey Chasers, Real Talk with Papa Moon, a ton of some great shows that we've had on this network. And then in the last 6 months, we've expanded to a daily lineup, starting with Inside Edge Primetime with Eli Moon and Chad Bryant. Then this show, Midnight Run. And then earlier in the month, actually almost a month ago now, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell, our afternoon drive show. And now it's time for the next step. And the next step is the mornings. And, people are tuning in and day out to our content each and every single day. And it's going to feel good now that we're going to have this person anchoring our morning lineup. I'm going to bring Eli in, my, producer and assistant program director of the network, onto the screen. But I'm also going to bring in our new morning drive host, my guy, Omar. Omar, congratulations. It is yours. We actually have the logo now ready to go. The morning show with Omar, Inside Edge Network, beginning Monday, June 1st. Omar, congratulations. The show's going to air Monday through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 11 every single weekday. There it is. AI did well on try number 1.
Looks good, man.
Omar, congratulations.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, it really has. It's every broadcaster's dream to do morning drive at least once, right? I was a free J for a while. I taught, I did a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I think it's time. It's time. I'm ready for it. I have a lot of cool ideas that we're going to do, and I can't wait to share them with you guys.
So let the people know, when they tune in every morning, 9 to 11, starting on June 1st, what can the fans, what can the good people in Northeast Ohio expect?
Well, you're going to get a lot of a good mix of everything we do here on the network. Some sports talk, some entertainment talk, some mental health talk. We'll kind of cover and wrap that up, kind of all in one tight little neat bow. It'll be pretty fun.
I love it.
I love it. Eli, you got anything?
Yeah, I sure do. I just want to go ahead and take the time to tell Omar that, we've talked here, on and off air for over a year. Oh my goodness, over a decade now. And it's over a year, pal. My gal. All right, listen. All right. So without me getting scrambled, what I'll say is this is very fitting, actually. Perfect. This is like how you guys met me a decade ago. Omar, I am blessed to know you, to have you in my corner, now here part of the Inside Edge Network. It's a blessing to be able to talk with you as much as I do and have you as one of the backbones in my life, somebody I can rely on. You have made an impact not only in my life, but a lot of people's lives. And I think the people are the network is better for having you here. The people out there tuning in are better for what they're going to hear you talk about starting June 1st. And I'm just very proud of you. You've achieved a lot, and you've had some challenging things that a lot of people want to be able to bounce back from, but you have, and you're the right guy for this job. You're the right guy for this show, and you mean a lot, not only on air, because you're going to do a great job at the morning show June 1st, but you do a lot of stuff and are already getting your hands on some, behind the scenes stuff, and we appreciate you. We're very proud of you. I think I can speak for AA and myself when we say we're very proud of you. For just continuing to put pedal to the metal. You didn't let up in the third quarter like the Cavs did last night. And you've continued to be an excellent person, an excellent brother, and an excellent broadcaster. And we're so blessed that you will lead our morning show here on the Inside Edge Network starting June 1st. Congratulations. I love you. I'm very proud of you. And keep up the good work. Like you told me a few weeks ago, hey, it's going to be a tough job. It's going to be a tough job. But you got this, and I know you do.
Thanks, man.
All right. This is all great. Now I can bring this up on the air.
Oh, God.
All right, here we go. Omar,
Yep.
I'm gonna say something, and I think you're gonna laugh immediately. I won't even give the context of what I'm gonna say to our audience until afterwards. Here we go. Maker's Mark.
Dog.
Yeah.
I think enough time has passed. Do we want to share what happened on that particular night?
Wasn't it your birthday?
It was.
All right. So I invited AA over to my house because, I lived over in Maple at the time, and we were like basically right down the street from each other. We were going to go out and have a good time and go out on the town. And then, I gifted AA a bottle of Makers.
We were going to go to a strip club that night, Eli. We were going to go to a strip club. That was my birthday present. I was going to go to a strip club for the first time.
You and James Harden got something in common.
Up in the club.
And you'll see when Omar explains the rest of the story, I too choked in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
No,
there was a couple times where, I suggested, why don't we just go out? Why don't we just do it? And, we started doing shots, and then we did a few more shots, and then we weren't able to drive anymore. And then we put on the Cisco.
Oh, no. Not the Cisco.
The Cisco.
Baby, that thought.
Is that the morning? I don't know if I'm feeling the curtain too bad. Was that the morning you had the sunglasses on the next morning?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Oh no.
Yeah,
If you've never seen Sunglasses AA, you'll see it at some point during Midnight Run, I'm sure. But it's a dangerous man.
So here's the worst thing about all that. So obviously, at some point when I blacked out, I threw up.
Yeah. I drug your lifeless body to the bathroom where you probably bumped your head and gave yourself a concussion. Drug you back out in the hallway. We sang happy birthday to you.
Who's we? Who's saying?
Oh, me and my roommate, Leon.
Okay.
Shout out, Leon. It's been a while. But yeah.
Love, Leon.
Much love, Leon. It's been a while. But yeah, we sang happy birthday to you. And then unfortunately your birthday shirt was ruined.
It was a sweater my mom got for me for Christmas.
Oh no.
Had throw up. And I looked at Omar the next morning. I'm like, what happened to the sweater? He's like,
Dude, I still hear about this AA experience, Omar, for we've all known each other for over, a decade, 11 years now.
Oh, yeah.
I still hear about this story as like one of those stories that like you just had to be there, because I see the morning after AA wouldn't talk to a single soul at the 9 to 5 we all worked at.
Yeah, that's the whole story really wraps up in the morning after. We had a really important meeting at the place that Dub and I worked at the time. And, Anthony came in strolling in. We all had to wear like the uniform polo, in the Cedar Point, in the Cedar Point hat with the Planet Fitness shirt. And
right.
Oh my God, dude.
We had a job fair that afternoon.
Yeah.
We had a job fair. So I'll share this real quick. So that morning, I walked back home because I think either I walked there. So my car wasn't there, so I walked back home with no sweater. So it was just my pea coat and no shirt in the middle of winter. It's February 1st. So it's like 20 degrees, and I'm walking home with an expensive-looking pea coat and nothing. It was the walk of shame. That's the true meaning of a walk of shame, even though nothing good happened that led to it. And I said to myself, I can still make it to work. All I need to do is lay my head on the pillow and chill for 5 minutes.
Oh no, famous last words.
I seriously didn't think you should not have come in one.
I should have.
I didn't think you were going to come in at all. Like seriously, I did not.
So I wake up, it's like 11:15. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta get to work because I didn't call or anything. But like, let me wash up or whatever. I drive and I'm like, oh crap, I can't. The sunlight, the natural sunlight, I was blinded because I had a concussion. I didn't even know. So I should have drove in, but I made it in. And at the time, we could go through the back entrance. And I sat in our little warehouse for the entire shift. All I did, I'm like, okay, if you're going to see me, I'll walk a lap once an hour. I'll walk a lap and then go back to the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
We get this job. First off, when I showed up, everyone made a scene about me being there. I'm like, y'all need to do that. Go back to class.
But mainly because we were all in stupid polos and you
and I had a Planet Fitness shirt.
Yeah.
with glasses, with my sunglasses.
You were ready for Soak City.
I kind of was. And then
he wishes he was at Soak City.
Yeah.
We did a job fair, and one of our bosses at the time pulls me aside, and I thought, oh man, this is it. And she was like, you're gonna have to take those sunglasses off. I'm like, well, I have a bad hair day, something like that. It's like, all right, I'll do whatever. And then I walked back and I wore the sunglasses, and I'm in this job fair, and there was people who wanted to talk to me and stuff. I'm trying to hold a conversation with people, and I'm like, I'm not really here.
Dude.
And then the drive home was worse.
That's bad. Crazy. Like
I left that Maker Smart in my car for like a year.
I'm gonna be honest, Double A. I'm glad this is actually the perfect introduction. I mean, if they've missed Midnight Conversations with Omar joining us, this is the perfect introduction to why you should tune into the morning show, because it may not be unhinged necessarily in the morning, but it's gonna be a lot of fun and entertaining, and it's gonna be a lot of crazy stuff thrown at you from sports and news and mental health, like Omar said. It's gonna be something different and refreshing. And Double A, I was sitting here thinking, and Omar will remember this. We both have a story at Omar's old apartment where we got absolutely trashed.
Yes, we do.
And don't remember the next morning. It was crazy, and I won't get into too much detail, but Omar and I went out on the town. We did, actually. Unlike you and Omar, we went out on the town. We went on the town. We got hammered. I mean, for lack of better words. We got hammered. And so we Ubered back. We got back to the spot, and Omar's like, let's kick it. So we're sitting there just having a conversation, chopping it up, whatever. It's 1:30, 2:30, 3:30 now in the morning. I'm like, okay. He's like, you probably should lay down, bud. I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, it's 3:30 in the morning. He goes, have you ever seen Friday? I go, no. He goes, let's put Friday on. So we put Friday on, the first Friday. First time I've ever watching this. I am torn up. Like Ric Flair on a Monday Night Raw. I am torn up. And so my last thing for the evening was, well, my phone has 80% on it. I'm going to leave it over there on the table. I'm going to lay and fall asleep on the futon. Omar got Friday on for me, got me a blanket, got me a pillow, got me together. Omar's a great host. Let me tell you that. And not only on the morning show here on the Inside Edge Network, but he's a great host at his house too.
Yes, he is.
And
yes.
My goodness. Double A, I woke up to 95 missed calls. 95 missed calls. My sister, my dad, Papa Moon, my mom, Mama Moon, my brother, my cousin who lived next door, his girlfriend, who is now his wife. Congratulations. A little late, but congratulations. Everybody under the sun called me. I think Mayor Bibb, he wasn't even the mayor. He called me. Everybody called me. And
yeah, no, I got bitched out by Maddie for that.
You definitely did. I answer the phone. I call finally back. I go, hello? They go, are you dead? I go, no. I'm at Omar's house. I'm chilling. They're like, well, what happened? I said, we watched Friday. We had a few drinks and we watched Friday. And he goes, my sister tore me up. She goes, we thought you were dead in a ditch, laying somewhere. I said, well, here's the good news. I'm at Omar's house. I laying on a futon, rewatching Friday. I'll be home soon. And that's my story. Oh, man. So we all have an Omar story,
Oh, yeah.
This man's a legend. Omar, again, Monday, June 1st. Our morning show, 9 to 11, every single morning. Hopefully, on his first episode, he's previewing the Cavaliers in the NBA Finals.
I hope so, man.
I hope so. It's, again, like I said in the last segment, it's one game. It's possible, okay? It's one game. The Knicks already thought they won a championship. All right, Midnight Conversations is up next with the three of us. To preview what's to come on Midnight Conversations, Eli, if we can, let's play the clip from TMZ.
A couple renting a home in Michigan says their landlord came over to do some repairs while they were out of the house, and they say they have footage of him having intercourse in their home on camera. The tenant, Javon Crawford, told Fox 2 Detroit he was at the hospital with his wife when they started getting notifications from their indoor camera. They checked the footage and saw their landlord in the nude banging some woman. They say the sex lasted for about an hour, and at some point he even gets up to make himself a sandwich in their house. Fox 2 obtained the footage you see of the man between a woman's legs. The news station even tracked down the landlord and tried to confront him, but he declined to comment. Javon said he had to deep clean the home because his wife is a germaphobe, and they actually turned the footage over to authorities for cops to investigate and see if there is a potential crime here.
Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at monstermomentsphotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. monstermomentsphotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
Welcome back to Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. Myself, Eli, and Omar. Forgot to mention, too, in our programming announcement, Omar is going to also host our World Cup show coming up in June and July. More details on that to come, but he will be anchoring our World Cup soccer coverage beginning in June. All right, it's time for Midnight Conversations, and
I'm excited.
And if you missed it just a few moments ago, in Detroit, Fox 2 had a report. We'll play the report from TMZ. Landlord was called into their tenant's place to do some repairs.
Yeah.
And the tenant had a camera like this and caught the landlord doing this. Take a look.
Oh, 1 second, Double. My apology. I was not ready. Here we go.
A couple renting a home in Michigan says their landlord came over to do some repairs while they were out of the house, and they say they have footage of him having intercourse in their home on camera. The tenant, Javon Crawford, told Fox 2 Detroit he was at the hospital with his wife when they started getting notifications from their indoor camera. They checked the footage and saw their landlord in the nude banging some woman. They say the sex lasted for about an hour, and at some point he even gets up to make himself a sandwich in their house. Fox 2 obtained the footage you see of the man between a woman's legs. The news station even tracked down the landlord and tried to confront him, but he declined to comment. Javon said he had to deep clean the home because his wife is a germaphobe, and they actually turned the footage over to authorities for cops to investigate and see if there is a potential crime here.
Hey, listen.
You caught me off guard, bro. I was more caught off guard than that couple.
First of all, an hour. Impressive. Got up and made a sandwich in the middle of it. Even better. So he's eating the sandwich and he got right back to action with some random in this person's apartment. But wait a minute. He owns the property. Isn't it? Y'all gonna have to help me with this one. Omar?
Yeah, there's laws. Obviously, this guy's going to jail.
Wait. No, I'm gonna interject here for a moment. Why?
Why? Because he's a landlord. You have tenants, right? You can't go into their house without notice. Even if you're going to do repairs, you can't be
there was a notice
to do repairs and then just
that was
bring
the
a random. What?
That was the notice, bro.
No,
that was the notice.
No.
Okay. All right, dude.
That's dirty.
When you're called in to do some deep cleaning, you're supposed to deep clean the stuff in the apartment, not another person.
Right.
You can't deep clean another person.
Yeah,
Power. Hold on, was that Keon Sports?
Sure was.
That's a full-time job.
See, he put that work in. I mean, I got a few questions here for the fellas. One, what sandwich do you think you made?
Peanut butter?
Gotta put some jelly on that, right?
I don't know if he applied it to the bread.
He was applying the jam for sure.
Yeah.
Number two, I just I'm more stuck up on what Omar said, that this guy's just going to jail. Like, you are just so certain he's going to jail. He said he was going to go in there, lay some hammer in and things like that, bang some tools around, and
he's fixing the plumbing.
He accomplished everything he set out to do and then some. And I think, if anything, this should be an inspiration for any man out there. Not breaking into your tenant's house. Don't do that. You could probably go to jail. That guy probably is going to jail more than likely. But if any men out there, right? Cardio is everything. I know Double A talks about his workout of the week. We haven't seen that in a minute, but he talks a lot about cardio, right? And I think if anything is learned from this, it's be quick on your feet, have your cardio, and get out before. So I'm just having a tough time. So he was
at your own place, though. Your own place.
I mean, it's dirty. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty dirty.
Come on, man. Come on. All right. If I went to the gym here or wherever, and I come back, and I happen to leave my camera on, and I catch that activity, I can't go back in that. I can't come back in the studio.
No, probably not. And all joking aside,
it's been defiled.
Yeah.
All joking aside,
I can't come back in here. And it was on the proper. It was on the dude's couch.
All joking aside, he should not have done that. Obviously, I'm having a little fun with it. He should not have done that. But it's like, so okay, I used to do mortgages, right? And in mortgages,
I hope that's not how you close deals.
No, but everybody's different, Double A. Everybody closes out games differently, I suppose.
I get it.
But what I will say is, when I was doing mortgages, and we'd have a conversation, and somebody call in, I want to, refinance my home. Perfect. Okay, awesome. But I got to talk to my landlord. I don't, this is like, I'm just renting, property from the landlord. He has the mortgage in his name. So at that point, Mortgage Eli, I'm talking to the wrong person. I need to talk to the landlord who owns the land. So if we're going to be technical, yes, he was dirty. All jokes aside, that's foul. I would be pissed too. But it technically is his house. If there's a mortgage, it's probably the title's in his name. He gave a notice. Should he have done that? No. Maybe just put the Cavs game on or something and watch some basketball, Not that. But I think I've seen worse.
This was in Detroit, so that was but Omar, that Eli does bring up an interesting point, though. It is his property. Would that pass in the court of law?
Hell no.
They're like, sir, your evidence. Hey, here. You remember this couch?
It's
evidence. They had footage.
I want to know.
Again, in court, could you argue in court that this is technically my property? Like, if you own multiple properties and you happen to just bring somebody, whoever, and this is for anybody, you happen to bring somebody and
there's rental agreements,
duties.
There's contracts
on your property.
Like, what are we even talking about? Are you serious?
I mean, so here's the thing. I guess, I'll put myself in that mindset for a moment, right? Not that mindset of where
Use your words carefully there, buddy.
Don't worry. We won't be putting any jelly or jam anywhere else. All right. But what I will say is, we have a landlord here where me and Pops are. If we were to have caught our landlord on Papa Moon, Real Talk with Papa Moon's couch.
Oh, boy.
I can understand where there'd be some confusion. But, I mean, it'd be a tough battle, right? I mean, obviously you're going to be upset. Morally, let's just be clear. Morally, it's wrong. He should not have done that. He has his own house. He probably owns multiple houses. Wrong. But if we're just going by the law, if we're just being technical, we take all the morality out of this and we just look at the situation, we look at the tape like Kevin Stefanski would back, when he was the coach of the Browns. We just look at the tape, take all emotion out of it. Technically, the landlord, it's their land. They can do whatever they like. Technically, if they give you notice, just like apartment complexes can walk in and go, hey, we're cleaning today, or we're going to inspect your house. Now, did he step over a line? Sure. I just don't. What are you going to try him for? Breaking and entering in his own house?
But I'm sure in the lease agreement, there's like discretion. Like you can't do.
Depends who wrote the lease agreement. If he wrote it, I'm sure he covered his own ass. Not that day though. Not with the footage rolling. He did not cover his own ass.
He was covering somebody else's. That's a problem. When he was confronted by the reporter of Fox 2, out in Detroit, by the way, he stood. You saw it on the TMZ video. He was, yeah. He did an LA night and said, yeah.
I don't understand.
Like, nah.
Why wouldn't you just bring the girl to like your own house? Like if you have another, like if you're renting out your house, right? You have another place that you're probably staying, right?
Now here's my question, AA2, to both of you guys. Maybe the tenants are shitty tenants.
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Have we ever thought about that?
Okay, elaborate though. I'm curious of your line of thinking.
I mean, what if they tore up the flooring? He just put all this new flooring down. Like maybe he's tired of it. Maybe this is his 15th time coming to this house in the same year. They've torn up the flooring. They have, holes in the wall. It's just a mess in there. They are just desecrating this dude's house. And he's like, I'm tired of it, so I'm going to desecrate something in your house.
No, you get the police.
Yes.
Retaliation.
That was perfectly fine. That home was perfectly fine.
That we saw. I
play the first 10 seconds of that video again from TMZ.
A couple renting a home in Michigan says their landlord came over to do some repairs while they were out of the house, and they say they have footage of.
Go run it back.
A couple renting a home in Michigan says their landlord came over to do some repairs while they were out of the house, and they say they have footage of him having intercourse in their home on camera.
Dog, that's nasty, man.
But think about it. Maybe he put a lot of repairs in and stuff, and he's just fed up. Morally, not right. But maybe, a man can only take so much.
That man?
Yeah.
We will keep you updated on that story. Maybe I don't think Kyle will touch that story, but we'll keep you updated on what's going on with that. But that was breaking out of Detroit. The court legally that's actually going to be an interesting case because it is his property, but
morally, I just want to be clear. Morally terrible.
You got to get rid of that couch.
Yeah, that couch is done.
You got to throw that out.
Dunzo. Like
that's done.
Yeah, you got to burn it straight up.
Yeah, you got to burn it.
Into the bonfire. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if you put that in a bonfire, dude. I don't want to.
Let's move on. All
Morally incorrect, but lawfully, don't know if he's gonna go to jail for this.
All right, we got two more stories for you for Midnight Conversations. Again, every Wednesday night, 12:45 here on Midnight Run. Okay, so sometime, the original premise of Midnight Conversations is we take simple questions that you may think during the day, this is a stupid question. But at 1 a.m, you're going to put some thought into these questions, including this one. So I'm going to go to the third one, then come back to number 2, just so people can understand the premise of this.
Yes.
So you think back to, the farm, right? Mm-hmm. You think, the farm, and, you got to take care of things, and you got to eat and drink, with the farm and everything. So think about cows, thinking about milking a cow. So the very first person that ever milked a cow, very first person, what was the first person who milked a cow trying to do?
Omar, you take this one.
I mean, what were they trying to do?
What were they trying to do? Were they intentionally trying to milk the cow? What were they trying to do?
I mean, you have to think, and maybe they were trying to help the animal like get to the teat. I don't know.
Kind of hang you.
It's very questionable activity, straight up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some research. You go ahead, Double. I'm gonna do some research real quick here.
There's really no research. I did some of the research. They don't know. Google doesn't know.
Oh no, I'm not looking at it. I just want to find out when the first cow milking happened. 8,000 to 10,000 years ago during the Neolithic Revolution.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to think. Like times were a lot different back then, right?
Oh, very much.
8,000 to 10,000 years ago. I mean, is that BC? Is that how that works? AC?
I'm sure that's BC. Yes.
ACDC. All right. So I don't know where to start, but I guess like, how were cows getting the milk before? Like, were they just dripping?
I mean, if you're talking about milking a cow, though, I mean, because
I think it's just a faster release for them to get the milk out.
They're usually it's like a woman, right? They lactate when they are about to, or when they give birth, right? After they give birth, the production happens, right?
Yeah.
So usually the cow has to give birth and then the production happens. There you go.
I mean, maybe it's like
the same thing.
I'm just trying to like figure out, like, I don't know what was going through their mind. I know country boys got to survive, but like maybe that was the way.
Think about it though. Like when
You're just thirsty, straight up.
No, you don't know.
He or she could have been.
It.
They could have been thirsty. I mean, think about when you're trying. Listen, Google hasn't been around forever, right? Mm-hmm. So even us in the kitchen, you experiment with things, food and drinks, and you kind of hope that it works. Sometimes you strike out and miss, right? Mm-hmm. In the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Maybe somebody got bored and they needed milk or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't have YouTube back then. You had to.
Yeah, there was no YouTube.
Yeah, but I guess like my Double, you're experimenting in the kitchen is like, yesterday you told me to do some like taco seasoning and spaghetti, and it turned out bomb. Like that's a good experience.
Hell yeah. You're talking about 8,000 years ago. They didn't have any of that.
They didn't have any of that. But like they
didn't have a lot of things.
What if it was? Hold up, I got something. We know occasionally here you go through days without rain. I remember, I think it was 3 years ago, we went 3 straight weeks without rain after my Disney trip. I mean, if you don't have rain, you're running short on water, you're trying to find a way to consume liquids. Maybe that's what he was going for.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm also like, I realized I Google searched when was the first cow milking. So Papa Moon's gonna look at this laptop tomorrow and be like, what the fudge was going on here, pal? So hey, research what we doing here. This is why you tune in for Midnight Conversations. But I just am like trying to figure out. So did this happen, do you think, before like lemonade and stuff like that?
Oh no.
And like, so because like you're telling me out of all the things of juice,
okay,
there's lemons, there's oranges, there's apples, there's all this stuff, vegetables, all this stuff to juice.
Yes.
A cow is what you juiced first, or milked.
But
I
what
guess,
if
for
they
the
don't
proper...
have any of that available? Depending on who.
Well, yeah, and then they left that out in the sun, and it became cheese.
Oh no,
that's possible.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That is possible.
That's some science project shit right there. That is.
Okay, so then the question becomes, were they thirsty or were they hungry?
Oh my God. They were curious is what I got for you.
I don't think they were curious. I think this is a real reason. I mean, they're not.
You think it was a dare? That's what I could, maybe a dare. Like, were dares existing back then? Like, oh, I dare you. I bet you won't go milk that cow. And, he did. He did the dang thing. And now
we got to go down the rabbit. We'll do maybe next week. We got to go down the rabbit hole of like truth or dare, the first known truth or dare game.
Yeah,
I dare you to go milk that cow.
You go over there, you get down there, and you milk that son of a.
Yeah, you touch that flabby udder.
By the way, we got confirmation from from our buddy Kyle Cornell. He will not be touching that story. The laugh story.
Whew. Yeah, that could because they're gonna produce that show too. I don't know how much milk uttering I could talk about or uttering milk.
The landlord story he was talking about, he ain't touching that one. It's
true. That's true. I mean, hopefully he doesn't touch either one of those.
Look at this one. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. All right, Eli.
Yes.
We move on to our final one. This is yours, so you present this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Double A. I appreciate the consideration for us making this question to the air here on Midnight Conversations. So I'll ask both of you here tonight to conclude Midnight Conversations. Let's open the discussion. Why is it called shoplifting if you don't lift the entire store up? Double A?
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very dumbfounded by this one. I guess, why is it called that in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in theory, okay, in theory, you're not stealing from the entire store. I don't know. This. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one I've kind of struggled with, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, we share the English language with the British, and over there, their stores are called shops.
Mm-hmm.
And when you pick something up, what do? You lift it?
I mean, but so that I have another question to your answer to follow up with my question. So, are they lifting entire shops over in Britain?
Are you stealing all the inventory? Most likely, you're not stealing the entire inventory.
That's what I'm saying. It's item lifting.
You're lifting up items. You're picking up an item, you're stealing it, and you're running away with the item.
You're gonna need like a crane or something, right? Isn't that what you would need? Like a crane to like lift the entire store? That's
you would need something construction based to lift an entire shop.
I mean, I have another question for you. Why is it called stealing if you're not doing any work with steel? I know it's spelled differently, but
it's the spelling.
Yeah, it's the spelling. It's the spelling. To counteract.
What if you steal steel?
If you steal steel,
oh no,
you get shut down like LTV Steel in the late 90s.
I'm having a tough time with this one a lot, because I just keep hearing shoplifting, man shoplifts, woman shoplifts, they shoplift. I have not met anybody strong enough to just pick an entire store up on their back and take it with them.
You're not going to.
Yeah.
You're not going to. It's not going to happen.
Could you imagine, there's a Five Below around me. Could you imagine if it was just one day somebody was just walking down in Parma with Five Below on their back? That would make zero sense. So therefore,
it'd have to be the Incredible Hulk or something.
You could. Here's this from our buddy Vince, again, KeonSports.com. They do a great job. You're lifting an item from the shop without paying for it, which is what you're doing. I mean,
so technically, aren't you item stealing then? We're all wrong then. It's item stealing.
I mean, shopping is implying that you're paying for it. You're not paying for what you're stealing.
Right. And my thing is, it's technically an item. We've already established they're not lifting the entire store up. So it's item lifting. So maybe it's a two-step process. Maybe it's like item lifting. You have the intention that you're going to walk out of the store with this without paying for it. And then you steal it. Item stealing. It's a two-part process. Item lifting, item stealing.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a federal offense of this segment, but I really don't know. I have nothing for you.
I seriously think it's just a translation thing.
It
really could
is.
be, but they need to change it. Double A and Omar, they need to change it, guys. I mean, because they're going to confuse. Here's the thing. I know we're running way over. My final point on this is this: we're confusing the next generations. I can't tell you. Backstory, my little brother, Austin, very proud of him. He's back home from Columbus, from Ohio State. We've been spending a little bit of time here since he's been home. Oh, my goodness. We did some math problems for what he's doing in college.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I gave up. I thought I was the dumbest person I've ever met. And I've grown up with myself for the last 28 years. I felt like I just didn't know what I was doing. I gave up. I threw the challenge flag. Like, dude, let's review the play. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, but when was the last time you actually sat down to do math? High school?
Like math, even mortgages. I did calculators. I probably shouldn't say that, but I was definitely using calculators for that. I mean, there's a lot of math there.
Yeah.
I mean, but like the new generation, you got this like this special math. I don't know what the name of it is, but like where 3 + 3 now equals 7, and if you carry the one, it's now you now have a diploma. And I just don't understand what Common Core. No, like,
it's Common Core math.
Common Core.
Stupid. Don't get me started on how we have stupefied mathematics here in this country.
Dude,
get the paper. You know, I remember in 4th grade sitting down all day, taking all day on a long division problem that never ended by hand. Dude. I used to dominate people. I used to dominate classes around the world.
How are you doing in the multiplication? Do you guys do the multiplication tables where you like go against your class and they'd start a timer and you'd have to beat them? I was a dog, bro. Ain't nobody messing with me.
Oh yeah, the full worksheet. Did all that? Oh, yeah.
You're a division guy over multiplication, though?
No, I'm multiplication. Long division is for, like, warriors, okay? Yeah. That long division, writing it down, that is – you got to be a real man or a real woman to pull that off.
Double A, I'm going to be honest with you, and Omar, my bros, I just think we're confusing the next generation. I mean, I'm – all kidding aside for a moment here, we are confusing the next generation.
I used to tutor when they started transitioning. I'm not a parent. Anybody listening or watching who's a parent, and Omar's a parent, like you can kind of, speak on this a little bit. Like when I was tutoring and they started learning this new math, and the kids would be like, what was, 2 and 3? Oh, that's 9. How the F is that 9? It's like, well, the teacher said we do this and you do that. When I write down the number and I carry the 0, that's what the F that means. And you don't do that.
Yeah, like whenever MJ comes around to that age, she's learning the right way.
Exactly. No Common Core, I would hope, Omar, right? No Common Core.
I mean, she's gonna have to learn both, but yeah, she'll learn the right way as well.
That's I have no worries. I know my bros got the next generation.
I also teach cursive as well.
That's what I'm saying. They've lost the aspect of cursive, and now we're talking about shoplifting. You're not stealing an entire shop. These kids are going to be so confused. I don't understand, and I'm just so frustrated at this point.
In fairness to cursive, how many people actually use cursive writing these days anyway?
I do every time I sign something.
Other than signing something. Like, how many people are using cursive writing for, like, letters? For extended stuff other than signatures?
But it's not around as much anymore because we stopped teaching it in schools.
We stopped teaching a lot of things in schools.
Everybody has a computer in their pocket, so half of the time they're not even pulling out a pen and a piece of paper.
And nowadays you can just use, like, one of the editing apps to just put it in cursive for you. You don't need to learn it. I mean, it's crazy. I'm really frustrated with some of the stuff. Now, on a real note, that the next generation's got, like, we got to look at the education. This is more like a Kyle Cornell discussion on Unfiltered about the education system.
We could take Kyle can handle it too. We could take this one. I'll give you one other extra one, and then we'll go to bed separately. Pause.
No landlords over here, buddy. Chill out.
Okay, so Planet Fitness. I'm not even calling them out negatively. This is what they have. Like they have an analog clock, but like the digital underneath, right? Yeah. I wonder how many kids know how to read an analog clock.
Oh, I don't think many. I'll be honest. This is something I'm appreciative for Papa Moon. I learned military time growing up, because Papa Moon operates on military time. His clock is set at, right now, what it be? We're at 1 o'clock, so it'll be 1:15.
I mean, it would be 1:15 now.
But you go,
it would be like 1,300 hours.
Correct. Exactly. 7 o'clock. Yeah. Exactly. 1,900 for 7. Exactly. Double. You got it, bro. I know that's my guy.
But I only know it though, Eli and Omar. I only know it because when I worked in radio, the program logs, how you track commercials and stuff, the program we used went by military time.
Yep.
And that was the only way you could track it. And that was the only way we were able to keep track of the commercials that aired on the at the radio stations. That was it. So like after a while, I did get accustomed to, okay, the 1700 hour, that's 5 p.m. 1900 is that.
It makes it easy to like not confuse it too, because like you have 6 in the morning and 6 at night, you know.
Yeah.
You use military time. It's a lot easier to distinguish the two.
We do have a quick update, and then we're done. From our very first original Midnight Conversations topic, if someone dies in a living room, is it still a living room? People are still talking about that because I said I truly believe upon reflection of that topic, the name of the living room should be different.
You're still wrong.
A former living room?
Yeah.
It should be something else. You call it the family room or something else.
Just make it a symbol like Prince.
The in memoriam room. Like, just whoever died in the living room, like, or on alive. I don't know.
Can't even use the name anymore.
What's our answer?
Huh?
Do we have an answer? You said we have a conclusion.
No, my conclusion is that the name of the living room should change. But a lot of people disagree.
So you're just doubling down on what you said.
Yeah, I'm doubling down. Yeah, I'm doubling down. Yeah, I'm doubling. Everybody's telling me that I'm wrong. That it's like, oh, it's the living room. No problem. You can't. If something unfortunate happens, you can't. Every other room represents what the room is.
Okay, so then my question to you to close the show out, if I may, is if a landlord goes into your living room and does the boom boom, is it still a living room? Or what is it? Is it the boom boom room?
I think
I hope my landlord isn't doing that because
I think the tenant unalived his or herself after that footage. And probably but at that moment the landlord was living.
Oh yeah. Live la vida loca.
He was living.
L-I-V-I-N.
He was getting after it. All right, we're done. Thank you guys for tuning in to Midnight Run. We do Midnight Conversations every Wednesday here on the Inside Edge Network. TMZ. Oh, man, what's going on in Detroit? Okay, for Omar, who, again, Monday, June 1st, Omar will be on with us every morning, 9 to 11, with the Inside Edge Network morning show. For Eli, who's on 6,000 shows and the assistant PD of our network. My name's Double A Anthony Alford. Have a great night. I don't have a close for you guys other than go to bed and don't let your landlord make repairs that you didn't ask for. Good night.